door is heavy and it moves slowly, the way old doors do, as though it has learned over many years that there is no need to rush. You lean into it just a little and it swings open with the softest groan, and then you are inside and the night is behind you and everything becomes very, very still. The latch clicks closed. A small, gentle sound, like a full stop at the end of a long sentence. And with it, the last of the cool outside air settles away, and the warmth of the library folds around you, slow and enveloping, the way a blanket folds around your shoulders when someone tucks it close. You stand for a moment, just breathing, letting your eyes soften and adjust. The smell reaches you first. Old paper, warm and faintly sweet, the way pages become sweeter with age, as though the words printed on them have been slowly exhaling for decades. Beneath that, wood polish, deep and amber dark, and something else, something harder to name, the particular quiet scent of a place that has been still for a very long time and is comfortable being so. You breathe it in slowly, and your shoulders drop just a little, and your chest feels easier than it did a moment ago. The light is golden here, not bright, not sharp, but golden in the truest sense, the color of last light on an autumn afternoon, gathered and held in the glass bowls of the lamps that line the reading tables. Each lamp casts a soft circle of warmth onto the worn wood below it, and beyond each circle, the light fades gently into amber shadow, into the deep and quiet dark of tall shelves rising up and up toward a ceiling that is only barely visible. The shelves curve as they go, very slightly, as though the library is breathing, as though the whole room has settled into itself over many long years and found a comfortable shape. You take a slow step forward, and the floor gives the faintest sound beneath you, a low soft creak, barely there, the kind of sound that does not disturb the quiet but is somehow part of it. Your footsteps are soft. Everything here is soft. Down the long aisles, the lamplight falls in pools, one after another, trailing away into the distance, growing smaller and warmer as they go, like lanterns on a path that leads somewhere slow and restful. The shelves on either side are full, very full, their spines pressed close together, dark reds and deep greens and the muted golds of old cloth bindings, rows and rows of them, more than you could count, more than you would want to count. It is enough simply to know they are there. There is something deeply reassuring about that, about a room where everything has already been gathered and held and kept safe. From somewhere far away, deeper inside the library than you can see, there is the faint, steady tick of a clock. It is very slow, or perhaps it only sounds slow in this place, in this warmth and stillness. Tick, and then a long, comfortable pause, and then tick again. It does not measure anything urgent. It only marks the passing of moments, one at a time, each one soft and whole. Near the first reading table, an armchair waits. It is low and wide, its leather the color of dark honey, worn smooth at the arms and at the high curved back, worn in the way that means it has held many people over many years and has become, in doing so, more comfortable than it ever was when it was new. A lamp burns just beside it, gentle and unwavering. You move toward it through the amber light, past the slow drift of dust motes turning in the warmth, each one catching the gold for just a moment before drifting on, unhurried, finding its own slow way downward through the still and sleeping air. Your fingers find the shelf beside you as you walk, and you let them trail along the spines of the books there, feeling the gentle ridges of their bindings pass beneath your touch one by one, a slow and quiet procession of them, each one worn smooth in its own particular way. Some are cool and firm beneath your fingertips, cloth-bound and solid. Others have a softness to them, a slight give, as though the years have made them a little more yielding, a little more willing to be touched. You do not pull any of them from the shelf. You only let your fingers drift along, reading them in that quieter way. Feeling rather than seeing, and the books seem perfectly content with this, perfectly at rest in their long row, holding their stories gently inside themselves, the way the library holds the night. The titles are half legible in the low amber light, golden letters catching just enough of the lamp's warmth to suggest themselves without quite resolving. And this seems exactly right somehow, exactly as it should be. There is no need to read them clearly. There is no hurry to know. The words are there, patient and permanent, and they will be there whenever you might want them, tomorrow or the day after, or some soft afternoon not yet arrived. For now, it is enough simply to pass among them, to feel the particular hush that a great many books together make, a silence that is somehow fuller than ordinary silence, richer and deeper, as though all those gathered words have thickened the air into something almost tangible, something that presses very gently and very kindly against you as you move. You round a gentle curve in the shelves, and the tall window comes fully into view. Dark glass laced with the slow movement of rain. You can hear it now, just barely, the faintest whisper of it against the pane, steady and soft, and without any particular urgency. The rain does not rush. It simply falls, the way rain has always fallen on nights like this one, finding the glass and tracing its slow way downward, each drop catching a faint thread of lamplight before it disappears into the dark below the sill. Outside is the deep, wet night. Inside is the warmth and the amber light and the quiet. And there is the chair. It is a large chair, deep cushioned, upholstered in something that was once a dark green, and has softened now into something gentler, something between shadow and sage, worn at the armrests to a smoothness that speaks of many evenings, many quiet hours, many people who sat here before you and felt exactly what you are beginning to feel now. A wool blanket is folded over one arm of it, thick and neatly creased, in a color something like heather, something like dusk. The lamp beside it burns low and steady, casting its small, warm circle around the chair as though the chair were the center of something, as though this corner of the library had arranged itself specifically and without any fuss around this one place of rest. You move toward it and lower yourself slowly into the cushions, and the cushions receive you. That is the only way to say it. They simply receive you, giving way gently to the shape of you, settling around you the way a quiet place settles around someone who has finally arrived and has no reason to leave. You reach for the blanket without quite thinking and draw it across yourself, and it is warm, the wool of it soft against your hands, carrying a faint familiar comfort that needs no name. You let your head rest back. You let your shoulders find the deep curve of the chair. The rain continues its quiet conversation with the glass. The lamp holds its gentle light. The books stand in their long rows all around you, keeping their stories softly, breathing in the stillness, and the library holds you all together in the warm and patient dark. And in that stillness, you begin to notice the small things. They come to you gradually, the way warmth comes. Not all at once, but settling in layers, detail by gentle detail, until the room feels known to you the way a room only can when you have been still in it long enough to let it speak. The lamp beside you is brass, old brass, the kind that has softened over many years into a color somewhere between gold and honey, somewhere between a summer afternoon and the last warm hour before evening. Its shade is a deep amber glass, and the light that falls through it onto the reading table is not white light, not the bright, insistent light of busy places, but something far slower and kinder. A circle of it lies on the table's dark wood, soft-edged and warm, the way a flame is warm, steady without effort, holding its light the way the library holds its quiet, as though it has always been doing so, and always will. Within that circle of lamplight, you can see the grain of the table, worn smooth by years of elbows and open books and the gentle passing of hands. And just at the edge of the light, sitting on a small saucer with a silver spoon laid across it, there is a cup of tea. Someone left it there and never came back for it, and it has been sitting in its small, patient way ever since, cooling by degrees into the temperature of the room, its surface perfectly still, faintly reflecting the amber glow above it. There is something deeply restful about it. The cup that asks nothing, waits for nothing, simply rests there in its saucer with a quiet completeness. You do not need to know whose cup it was. It is simply part of the room now, the way the lamp is part of the room, the way you are becoming part of the room, easing into its textures and temperatures, your own breathing slowing to match the stillness around you. Higher up, on a shelf above the nearest row of books, there is a spider plant, its pot settled between two thick volumes as though it has always lived there, as though the library grew it along with everything else. Its leaves are long and pale at the edges, striped softly in two shades of green, and from its trailing stems hang the smaller plants, the little ones it has sent out into the air, reaching gently downward toward the warmth of the lamp below. They drift very slightly in some imperceptible movement of the air, not swaying, not quite, but alive in the way that plants at rest are alive, slowly and without hurry, turning in their own infinitely patient way toward the light. And against the tall windows, the rain continues. It is not loud. It has never been loud. It is the quietest kind of rain, the kind that falls in the deep middle of the night when the whole world has already gone to sleep, and the rain simply continues on its own. A sound that asks for nothing in return, that requires no attention, that will go on softly whether anyone hears it or not. It moves across the glass in thin, unhurried rivulets, each one finding its own slow way down, and the window holds them all, and the dark beyond the window holds the rain, and the rain holds the night, and all of it together makes a sound like breathing, like rest, like the particular quiet that lives on the other side of any door you have gently closed behind you. The lamp glows. The cup sits in its saucer. The spider plant trails its pale tendrils toward the warmth. The rain speaks its soft word against the glass and speaks it again and again, each time a little softer, a little further away. And you settle a little further into the chair, and the library keeps its patient dark around you, and the small good details of the room hold you quietly in place. And the book is there, resting open across your lap, its pages the color of old cream, of warm milk, of something soft and unhurried and entirely without urgency. You found it on a shelf not far from your chair, your fingers moving slowly along the spines until one felt right beneath your hand, and now it lies open at a chapter somewhere near the middle, somewhere quiet, and the words on the page are gentle and small and evenly spaced. And you let your eyes find the first of them. You read a sentence. It moves slowly through you the way warm water moves, carrying its meaning lightly, barely at all, like a boat on a still lake, drifting without a hand upon the oar. You read another, and the words are soft and pleasant, and you follow them without effort, without hurry, the way you might follow a path through a garden in the last of the evening light. Not going anywhere in particular, only moving gently through something beautiful and calm. The sentences are long and unhurried. They do not ask anything of you, they simply continue. The way the rain continues against the glass, the way the lamplight continues to rest in its pool of amber warmth across the table beside you. And then, quite naturally, quite softly, your eyes slow upon the page. They rest on a word without reading it. They take in the shape of the letters, the dark ink against the cream of the paper, the little spaces between each line where the page breathes gently, where nothing is asked of you. The words are still there. They are not going anywhere. They will be there whenever you wish to return to them, patient as the library itself, patient as the tall shelves curving into their warm and gentle dark. The book is a pleasant weight across your lap. You notice the cover pressing softly against your legs, the slight give of the pages where your thumb rests at the edge. And you are not holding it tightly, only letting it lie there, the way something rests when it belongs exactly where it is. The paper is smooth and cool beneath your fingertip, and you are not turning any pages. There is no need to turn any pages. The page you are on is enough. The page you are on is everything you need. The lamp beside you settles into its warmth. It seems, perhaps, a very small degree softer than it was a moment before, a very small degree quieter, and the circle of golden light around you draws in just slightly, just gently, until the world it contains is nothing but the chair and the book, and the faint gleam along the wooden table, and the warm, slow air between you and the nearest shelf. Beyond that circle, the library breathes in its patient dark. The shelves hold their hundreds of quiet books. The dust motes that drifted earlier through the lamplight have long since found their rest on the surfaces of things, on the arms of chairs and the tops of tables, settling down the way the hour itself has settled down, slowly, without any particular moment you could name. Your breathing is easy now. It moves in and out with the same unhurried rhythm as the library itself, as the soft and barely there sound of the rain, as the slow amber pulse of the lamp. The book lies open and still. Your eyes rest on the cream of the page, taking in nothing but that soft color, that gentle warmth, the faint impression of words you are no longer reading, only holding lightly in your awareness the way you hold the book itself, without grip, without effort, without any wish for anything to be different from exactly what it is. The library keeps its quiet around you. The lamp keeps its warmth. The rain keeps its soft and patient word against the tall, dark glass. And you are here, and the evening is deep, and everything is still, and everything is well. The book rests closed on the table now, its cover soft and still beneath the amber light, its pages gathered quietly together, keeping their words to themselves until some other gentle hour. There is no need to open it again tonight. There is no need for anything at all, and that is such a simple and lovely thing to know, that the night asks nothing of you, that the room asks nothing of you, that all the long and patient shelves standing in their warm and curving rows ask only that you rest here among them, held and unhurried, breathing slow. The lamp on the table keeps its small gold circle, the same as it has been, steady and unhurried, the way old light tends to be in old rooms, as though it has learned over long years that there is no need to flicker or rush, that warmth given slowly is the warmth that stays. The shadows at the edges of the room are soft, not dark in any troubling way, only deep, the way velvet is deep, the way a long exhale is deep, full of a kind of rest that asks nothing back. You are somewhere inside all of that softness, and it is very comfortable, and it is very still. The rain is barely there now, or perhaps it has always been this soft, and you are simply more quiet inside yourself, and so you hear it more truly, the way you hear your own breathing when you have been still for a long while. That slow and barely there sound that means everything is continuing gently, everything is carrying on. The tall, dark windows hold the rain outside where it belongs, and the room holds you inside where you belong, and there is something deeply right about that. Something that your body knows without needing to be told, a rightness that settles down through you like warmth settling through a blanket that has been wrapped around you for a long and comfortable while. The shelves stand their patient watch all around you, those tall and gentle shelves with their rows of spines in all their quiet colors, their burgundies and greens, their faded golds, their soft dark blues. each one a small world with its cover closed, resting the same as you are resting, gathered into itself, breathing its own slow and papery breath in the amber air. Somewhere in the higher shelves, very gently, the wood settles the way old wood does. A sound like the library sighing, a sound like a slow and contented breath, and then the quiet comes back and is deeper for it. The dust motes have grown still now, or nearly still, drifting so slowly that they seem to simply be suspended there in the slanted lamp glow, small and soft and not going anywhere. The way this whole room is not going anywhere. The way this whole quiet hour is not going anywhere, only deepening, only growing more itself, more slow and amber and still and soft. Your breath goes out, and the room receives it, and then your breath comes back. And it has been warmed by the room, by the wood and the paper and the lamp, and the long sleeping quiet of all those gathered books. And it is the most natural thing in the world, this slow exchange, this easy rhythm, in and out and in, unhurried and unthinking, the body knowing exactly what to do, the way it always has, the way it will go on knowing, softly and without effort, through all the small hours that remain. The library holds you, the lamplight holds you, the rain holds its soft murmur against the glass, and the night holds everything together in its large and gentle dark, and there is nowhere to drift to that is not this, and there is nothing to find that is not already here, warm and near and still, and you are resting, and all is well, and all is quietly, endlessly, softly well.